Hey guys, Ryan Bailey for Charlotte FC. This is Between Two Pints, and joining me in the virtual pub today are the co-founders of the South Carolina Charlotte FC supporters group Southbound and Crown. It's Michael Gallemore and Matt Burris. Guys, how are you doing today?
Doing all right, how are you?
Very good indeed. Thank you so much for joining me today. Michael, can I start off by asking you about Southbound and Crown? Can you tell me how and why you started the group?
So we started it in June of, I believe June or July of 2020, last year, when the team logo and name was announced. We had to make sure it made sense with the name we had chosen, and we had a couple lined up, and it worked out with what we chose, with Southbound and Crown. But we just wanted to make sure that South Carolina kind of had representation. It started out as the three of us, with Matt and I and Brenton McCaskill, with South Carolina Spurs, a Tottenham fan group. And it was the three of us and a couple others in Rock Hill. The proximity to Charlotte MLS, and we've been wanting to get into MLS. We just didn't have a regional team to follow. We decided as a group that, hey, let's bring some Southern hospitality and just see what we can do with our South Carolina group. We've already got probably 20 or so members in Columbia. We're expanding, out into Greenville and Myrtle Beach and just anywhere in South Carolina where people want to follow Charlotte FC and where they want to be a part of a community and just feel welcome and just enjoy the sport. It's like I said, we started with Tottenham Hotspur, and we have a lot of misery there and not a lot of winning.
But we hope that we deliver a lot more silverware than Tottenham have in recent years for you guys. Matt, can you tell us a bit about, you mentioned one of your co-founders, Brenton, there. Can you tell us about the Because of Brenton Fund and the story behind that, please?
Yeah, for sure. Again, to echo what Michael said, we'd like to commiserate over Tottenham Hotspur. And Brenton was a key part of that for us. And we would meet at different pubs and places around here and watch them sometimes early in the morning and had a lot of fun with that. Brenton was a big guy, big personality, and didn't have to wonder where he stood or how he felt about things. So he was a big part of what we did. So when we got ready to start Southbound and Crown, at the time we didn't know what it was going to be called, but full credit to Michael for the name, for the record. And Brenton was a part of that. He was our third member. There were three of us, and we started and found we're very excited about it. Unfortunately, Brenton was tragically killed last, I guess it was first part of November of 2020 in a home invasion. He and his girlfriend Heidi, who we'd gotten to know over the years, she also participated in a lot of the Tottenham stuff and a home invasion, and he's quite valiantly defended her and himself and her kids and was actually shot and killed. So complete shock and terrible loss for us and for this community. Brenton was very involved in giving back. He didn't grow up with everything that he ever wanted, and he worked hard and to have the things that he had and access to, and he was very passionate about giving that back to kids in the area and coached youth sports teams and things like that. So Michael and I were sort of talking, and what could we do to sort of carry on his legacy moving forward? He obviously will always be a part of this group and be known as such. And we'll make sure that that's a fact. But we started a GoFundMe, and to be honest with you, we had a little bit of direction with it. We didn't think it would maybe go as far as it did, and a lot of that credit has to go to the Tottenham fans and you guys as well. Charlotte FC was great participating and sharing our message and getting it out there. But Tottenham fans from all around the world, and really just football fans and soccer fans from all around the world, Men in Blazers had a big role. They talked about us several times, and we really appreciate that. So we've raised a good little chunk of money to start that. We've coordinated. Brenton was from Clover, South Carolina originally, same place that I'm from, and there are certainly needs there that need to be met. So we've talked to the mayor, Clover County Council folks in our area about coordinating to meet some of those needs through the funds that we raise for less fortunate kids that maybe can't afford the fees that they have to pay to play sports or equipment or even equipment for the leagues in different ways. And we're sort of working out the kinks there, but that's the that's the goal.
Well, I'm so sorry for your loss, guys, and it's wonderful that you're carrying on the fund in Brenton's honor. Michael, what's next for you guys? Do you have any projects planned in terms of community activity?
Yeah, as Matt said, we're still getting our feet wet with the community aspect of our group, and we're looking at Clover, Rock Hill, York County in general, communities in Lancaster. Or eventually have to look at Columbia and outside, for more volunteerism opportunities and whatnot. But one of the things we were discussing is setting up a scholarship at York Tech, local school where he actually went to for a little bit, and just the idea is to help the youth in our area and help those that need the extra boost to get where they need to be.
That's what I like to hear. Now, Michael, do you have any thoughts on the way that soccer has expanded in this region in recent years? I've been in the area 10 years, and I always say when I first arrived here, if you went down to Myrtle Beach or Hilton Head, you'd see most people throwing a ball. Now when you go, I feel like they're kicking a ball more often than not. I feel like the sport has grown a lot.
Sure, and a lot of that has to do with expansion of USL and other lower league teams. We didn't have an MLS team, and before Atlanta came in, you had to go to DC United for arguably the closest team. So there just wasn't that presence there. And the European soccer has always had a foothold in this area. I hate mentioning them, but Liverpool, when they came to Charlotte a couple of years ago for the ICC, they filled that stadium. So it's been there. We just needed the team. And in terms of, the actual underswell, college too, South Carolina, the Gamecocks, Matt's a Gamecock fan. I'm not, but, he'll hate it. But Clemson, Clemson's, both teams are on the up and up. And, I believe they were both in the tournament. At least Clemson was.
Well, guys, it's been an absolute pleasure hanging out with you virtually today. One last question for you. Matt, how can people get involved in Southbound and Crown? How can they contribute to the Because of Brenton Fund?
Yeah, so we've got memberships open now. We started that last week, I guess, Michael, and really great response to that. We've got some pretty amazing gear already up. The scarves, you see one hanging there behind Michael. So we're really proud of these, and again, shout out to Michael for doing the We Play Real Sports for doing the legwork on those. So southboundcrown.com, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Look us up and give us a shout. Shoot us a message. We'd love to connect with you guys and throughout the state. You don't have to live in South Carolina to be a member. We've got a lot of folks jumping on in other states too. So we're gonna have a lot of fun. Hopefully we're gonna win. And so drop us a line.
Sounds good, guys. Thank you so much. And I bet Kenny Powers fans out there will be loving to get hold of one of those scarves. Guys, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you very much. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks, Ryan.
Thank you.